Coast Salish people. And I just want to say how great it is to be back in Blockadia. Back in the city that made Shell Oil blink. Back in the first major city to join the fossil fuel divestment movement. I don't know if you've heard, but since Seattle made that pledge, the idea has spread. There is now $4.6 trillion that is pledged to join the divestment movement. Pledged to divest, with a notable exception. One of your Seattle natives. You got to work on that. You can see this. I'm wearing a Gates Divest pin. I was quite infuriated to read an article, an interview with Bill Gates in The Atlantic that just came out, in which he described divestment as a false solution. Unlike, say, nuclear power that Bill Gates is heavily invested in, and unlike GMO seeds and so on. He knows all about false solutions. So, I know Seattle knows how to win big. This part of the world, the Coast Salish territories, I don't know what it is, but this part of the world has clocked some of the most significant victories, if not the most significant victories, against the fossil fuel sector in recent memory. You guys are stopping tar sands pipelines, LNG export terminals, coal export terminals. This principle that animates our movement, which is if you're in a hole, stop digging, has evolved into something else, which is, there is no point digging the stuff up if you can't ship it out. And what you guys are doing is so critical. Because there's a big new push on to lift the oil export ban in this country, which means, a big bullseye on the Pacific Northwest. There's going to be all kinds of new pushes for fossil fuel infrastructure. And we need to lock down the principle, no new fossil fuel infrastructure. We want to build the next economy now. And that economy, as you've already heard, needs to be more than green. That economy needs to be fair. That economy needs to be just. So this is not just about cleaning our economy. This is about healing our society on so many different levels. It needs to deliver justice to the people whose communities, as you just heard from Elizabeth, whose communities and whose bodies have borne the brunt of the danger, the risk, the toxicity, and exploitation of the current extractive economy. It has to be a process of healing those wounds that date back